Hello, I'm Mark Cortade, Executive Director of Huntington Arts Council, and I want to welcome you to this evening's performance of the 2021 Huntington Summer Arts Festival. We thank Town Supervisor Chad Lupinacci and the Town Board for their continuing funding, which has brought this festival to Huntington for 56 years. Additional support comes from Suffolk County and New York State Council on the Arts. Please join me in thanking all of our elected officials that make this possible. We also thank lead sponsor Canon for helping us make these performances available to everyone free of charge. We appreciate any donations you can make to help us continue to bring these live and streamed performances to the people of Long Island. For all of you joining us tonight, please enjoy the performance. Thank you.
Welcome to the Harry Chapin Rainbow Stage in beautiful Heckscher Park. I'm Huntington Town Supervisor Chad Lupinacci, wishing you a great evening of entertainment cultivated by the Huntington Arts Council. The town of Huntington is proud to host the Summer Arts Festival for the 56th year. We're known as Long Island's cultural capital, thanks to our rich local arts and culture, highlighted with these unique performances on the Chapin Rainbow Stage. Thank you to the Huntington Arts Council, and thank you for joining us. Enjoy the show.
Good evening, and welcome to the Huntington Summer Arts Festival. We'd like to make a few brief announcements before we start the show. Please be aware that the show is being live streamed. Next, please turn off or silence all cell phones. Please, no chairs in front of the white line. No flash photography or video recording of any kind. And last but not least, no smoking, incense, or citronella inside the fenced-in area. And now, please welcome Executive Director of the Huntington Arts Council, Mark Cortade.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. And this time I'm live. You just saw me Memorex. Thank you for coming out tonight. We have a really fantastic show. I saw the performance in Freeport a couple weeks ago. I am a big fan of EastLine Theatre. If you haven't seen them, by the time you leave, you will be a big fan of EastLine Theatre. So, yeah, in 2018, EastLine received a grant from us, from our Grants for the Arts program, for a production of Prospero Live. It was a musical version of Shakespeare's The Tempest. It was, some people saw that, there you go. It was phenomenal. The company does great works. I'm so happy we were able to get them here as part of our Summer Arts Festival. Now, you all know the drill here. We have concessions. Keep me employed, buy something, that would be great. Donations are greatly appreciated. Sit back and enjoy. Check out our website. We put up next week's schedule is on there, and there is a calendar with the rest of the season up there. So please come, enjoy this. It's a great space. People that haven't been here are just commenting about how wonderful a stage and area this is. So come back often, enjoy, and brace yourself for a marvelous Romeo and Juliet. Thank you.
EastLine Theatre's Romeo and Juliet. We are the Vagabond players of the province of New York under the direction of no one in particular. But tonight, this very night, we have a wonderful show for you. We are presenting, a drum roll please, the tragedy, William Shakespeare, what's it gonna be? Romeo and Juliet. before we begin, we have a very quick message from our Vagabond Orchestra. Let's do it.
Both alike in dignity. In fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth, with their death, end their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught can remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage. The which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Gregory, on my word, will not carry coals.
No, for them we would be colliers.
I mean, and we be in collar will draw.
Aye, while you live, draw neck out of collar.
I strike quickly, being moved.
Thou art not quickly moved to strike.
The dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runst away.
A dog of that house will move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montague's.
That shows thee a weak slave. Only the weakest can go to the wall.
I will push Montague's men from the wall and thrust his maids to the wall.
Draw thy tool. Here comes two of the house of Montague's.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run?
Fear me not.
No, marry, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our side. Let them begin.
I will frown at them as we pass and let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say aye?
No.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No better?
Yes, better.
You lie.
Draw if you be men. Gregory, remember thy washing blow.
Put up thy swords, you know not what you do.
What art thou drawing among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio, and look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword or manage to part these men with me.
What, drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word as I hate hell. All Montagues, hand thee. Ah!
What noise is it?
Give me my long sword.
What call you?
My sword, I say. Old Montague is out, and flourishes his blade in spite of me.
Thou villain, Capulet, hold me not, let me go.
Thou shalt not stir 1 foot to seek a foe. Oh.
civil brawls bred of an airy word, by thee, O Capulet, and Montague, thrice disturb the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time, all the rest depart away. Once more and pay the debt, home and depart!
Where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the blessed sun peered through the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drove me to walk abroad, where underneath the grove of the sycamore so early walking did I see your son.
Many a morning hath you there been seen with tears augmenting the fresh morning dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of him.
Have you importuned him by any means?
Both by myself and many other friends, but he, his own affection's counselor, is to himself. I would not say how true. Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as hurriedly give cure as no.
See where he comes. So please you step aside, I'll know his grievance or be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay as to hear true shrift. Come, madam, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
Tis soon struck by.
Aye, me. Sad hours seem long. Was that my parents that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that, which having makes them short.
In love.
Out.
Of love.
Out of her favor, where I am in love.
Alas, the love so gentle in his view be so tyrannous and rough and proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh me, what fray was here? Yet, tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Oh, why then brawling love, oh loving hate, oh anything of nothing first create? Oh, a feather of lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, a feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health. This love feel I, that feel no love in this. Dost thou not weep?
I'd rather weep, cuz.
Good heart at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Such is love's transgression. Farewell, my cuz.
Soft, I will go along. And if you leave me so, you will do me wrong.
I have lost myself. I'm not here. This is not Romeo. He is some other where.
Tell me in sadness, who is it you love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I am so near what I supposed you loved.
Right fair markman. And she is fair, I love.
A right fair mark for a cause as soon as hit.
Well, in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Diane's wit, and in strong proof of chastity well armed. From love's weak childish bow she lives uncharmed. She hath forsworn to love. And in that vow do I live dead that live to tell it not.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
'Tis the way. To call hers exquisite and question more. Farewell. Thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine or else die in debt.
But Montague is bound as well as I, and penalty alike, and 'tis not so hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace.
Of honorable reckoning are you both, and 'tis such a pity that you lived at odds for so long, but now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
But saying all what I've said before, my child is still a stranger in this world. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her right to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happier mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. God hath swallowed all my hopes but she is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, Paris. Get her heart. But my will to her consent is but a part, and she agreed according to her scope of choice. There lies my consent, and fair according voice. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, where I have invited many whom I adore, and you, among the score most welcome, makes my number more. Come, go with me. Go, trudge about through Verona's streets. Find the persons' names are writ there, and bid them welcome, and on my pleasure stay.
Find out those whose names are written here.
I am sent to find those persons whose names are here writ, but I can never find what names the writing person hath here writ. you, sir. Can you read?
Aye, sir. If I can understand the letters in the language.
You speak honestly. Rest you married.
Stay, fellow. I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters. Ooh. County Ensemble. And his beauteous sisters. Oh. The lady widow of Vitruvio. Oh. Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces. Mercutio! Hey. And his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet. Ugh. His wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline, and Livia. Signor Valentio and his cousin Tybalt. Yeah. Lucio and the lively Helena. A fair assembly. Whither should they come? Whither to supper?
To our house.
Whose house?
My master's house.
Ah, yeah, I should have asked you that before.
But I'll tell you what that ask is. My master is the great rich Capulet. And if you be not of the house of Montague, I pray you come and crush a cup of wine. Hey, rest you merry.
Same feast of ancient Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou adores with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither with the unattained eye and compare her face to some that I will show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
I'll go along with thee. No such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me. Well, I bade her come. What lamb? What ladybird? Oh, God forbid, where's that girl? What Juliet? How now? Who calls?
Your mother. Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me thus here our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Oh, I can tell her age into an hour. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. Well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, 'tis 11 years now since the earthquake, and she was weaned. I shall never forget it of all the days of the year upon that day. For when it did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dug and felt it bitter, to see it tetchy and fall out with the dug. Oh, shake, quoth the dove house. 'Twas no need I trow to bid me trudge, and since that day it's been 11 years. Oh, but nay then, she could stand alone, and she could have run and waddled all about. Oh, but just the day before, she broke her brow, and then my husband, oh God rest him, he was a merry man, he took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backwards when thou hast more weight, wilt thou not, Jill? And by my holiday, the pretty wretch left off crying and said, I.
Enough of this, I pray thee hold thy peace.
Yes, madam. Cannot help but cry to think that she would leave off crying and say, oh, but I warrant you, she had upon her brow a bump as big as a young cockerel stone. Oh, thou art the prettiest babe that e'er I nurse, and I shall live to see thee married once I have my wish.
Married! That is the very theme I came to speak of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor I dream not of.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now made. Thus, then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
Oh, a man, young lady
night at our feast, read over the volume of young Paris's face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, for fair without the fair within to hide. That book in many's eyes doth share the glory that in gold clasps in the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess by having him, making yourself no less.
No less. Made bigger. Women grow by men.
Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris's love?
I'll look to like it looking like you move, but no more shall I endart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come. I beseech you, follow straight.
We follow thee. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl. Make happy nights to happy days.
Give me a torch, I am not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul full of lead, those stakes me to the ground. I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love. Too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rude, too rough, too boisterous, and it pricks like a thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down.
Come knock and enter, and no sooner in, but every man can take him to his legs.
I'll be a candle holder and look on. The game is ne'er so fair, and I am done.
Tut, done's the mouse, the constable's own word.
Nay, that's not so.
5 times in this ere once in our 5 wits.
And we mean well in going to this mass, but 'tis not wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
Oh my God, so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie!
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab have been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in state, no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn by a team of little atomy over men's noses while they lie asleep. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel or old grub, time out of mind, the fairy's coat makers. And in this state she gallops, night by night, through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or courtiers' knees, who dream on curtsies straight. Or lawyers' fingers, who straight dream on fees. Or ladies' lips, who straight on kisses dream. Which oft the angry mab with blisters plague, because their breaths with sweet meats tainted on. Sometime she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats. This is the hag, when maids lie on their backs, that presses them, and learns them first to bear, making them women of
Peace, peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talkest of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle mind begot of nothing, but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind.
This wind you speak of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early. For my mind misgives some consequence, yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed within my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that had steerage of my course, direct my sail! On, lusty gentlemen!
Strike drum!
Yes!
are unplagued with cords. We'll have a bout with you.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Oh, I've seen the day that I have worn a visor. I could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear, such as would please. It's gone. It's gone? It's gone? You are welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play! Woo! Hey, this unlooked-for sport comes well. Nay, sit. Sit, old cousin Capri. Tell me, how long is it now? Well, since last you and I were in a mask.
Oh, my lady, 30 years.
'Tis not so much. Since the nuptial of Licentio come Pentecost, as quickly as it will, 5 and 20 years. And then we masked.
'Tis more. His son is elder, sir. His son is 30.
What is that, lady? That doth enrich the hand of yonder nurse? I know not, sir. She doth teach the torches to burn bright. Ah, beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. Did my heart love till now? Or swear at sight? For I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This, by his voice, should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy. What there's the slave, come hither, covered with an active face, to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Now, by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
How now, cousin? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, a villain that has hither come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain.
Romeo, content thee, gentle cause. Take no note of him. I would not, for the wealth of all this town, here in my house, in disparagement. Therefore, put off thy frowns. Be patient, take no note of him. Show a fair presence. Put off this ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. Go to. Am I the master of this house, or you? Go to. You'll not endure him. God mend my soul. You'll make an infamy among my guests.
Why, uncle? 'Tis a shame.
Go to. You are a saucy boy. Is it not so?
Patience, performance, with willful collier meeting makes my flesh tremble with their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to venturous gall.
Hand this holy shrine. The gentle sin is this: my lips to blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Which mannerly devotion shows in this? For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then dear saints, let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou less faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move. so grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not, while my prayers effect I take. Thus, from my lips, by thine, my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Oh, sin from my lips. Oh, trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kissed by the book.
Anna, your mother wishes a word with you.
Out at the fair, there's a maiden. She charges 2 pence for a kiss.
Ooh la la.
The bishop approaches her trading. Ask her then, what is this?
What is this?
For taking pennies from peckers. He's now into church in a week. His finger did wag as he started to laugh, but oil came poured on that cheek.
The lady was caught unaware. La 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 la, the party at Peccary Fair.
What's her mother?
Oh, marry, young bachelor. Her mother is the lady of this house, and a good lady, and a kind lady, and a virtuous. I nursed her mother. I nursed her that you spoke with
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account. My life is my foe's debt.
Way be gone. What's the rest?
Aye, so I fear. The more is my unrest.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
Oh, that's the son and heir of old Faverio.
No, what's he that is now going out of door?
Marry, then I think he's young Petruchio.
What's he that follows here that would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
Name is Romeo and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate to Elena, and you do not to it.
What? What? Anon, anon. Let us go. The strangers are all gone.
Out at the fair there's a quiet. The moon starts to come out, and every last star there beside it breaks like new crop from the ground. The vendors are packing their tables.
The tents are all folded away.
They sing out a song that is quiet but strong. We'll come back another day. La 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 la. I hope and that I'll see you there. La 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 la. At the party, the next party at Peccary Fair.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out.
Romeo? Romeo, where's my cousin Romeo?
He is wise, and on my life have stolen him home to bed.
He ran this way and left the orchard wall. Call good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo! Humor! Madman! Passion! Lover! I conjure thee by Rosalind's bright eye, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh.
And if he hear you, that will anger him.
This cannot anger him. It would anger him to raise a spirit inside his mistress' circle of some strange nature, letting it there
stand till she had laid it and conjured it down. Come, he have hid himself among these trees to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is his love, so best befits the dark. Oh, Romeo, that she were. Oh, that she were an open arse, and thou a puffering bear. Oh, Romeo, good night. Out to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go? Go then. 'Tis in vain to search him here, that means not to be found.
He jested scars, I never felt a wound. But soft what light beyond the window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Oh, it is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer it. I am too bold. It is not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all of heaven, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it not night. See, as she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
I may.
Oh, she speaks. Speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night being over my head, as is a winged messenger of heaven.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou shalt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face. All be some other name belonging to a man. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet. So Romeo would. Were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes. Without that title, Romeo doff thy name, and for thy name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my counsel?
By name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue's utterings, and yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo? And a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
Tell me hither, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I overperch these walls, therefore thy kinsmen are no match to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
I have nights cloaked to hide me from their eyes. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou may prove false. At lovers' perjuries, they say Jove laughs. Therefore, gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I shall frown and be perverse and say thee nay.
Lady, by thou blessed moon, that tips with silver, the fruit tree
Don't
top.
swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly inner-circled orb changes, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. It is too rash, too sudden, too unadvised, too like the lightning which doth cease to be, ere one can say, it lightens. Sweet good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night. Good night. May sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou did request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Oh, would thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love is deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Madam?
Adieu. Sweet Montague, be true. Anon! I hear some noise within. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night! I am afeard, being in night, all this is but a dream. Too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, and then good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word by one that I'll procure to come to thee tomorrow, when and what time thou wilt perform the rite.
Madam?
I come anon, but if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
Boy, I come! 'Tis these thy strife and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So drive my soul.
1,000 times. Good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes towards love, as schoolboys from their books, but love from love towards school with heavy looks.
Romeo!
My love.
What o'clock shall I send to thee tomorrow?
By the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
I should forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
I shall still stay to have thee still forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have you gone, and yet no farther than a wanton's bird.
Oh, I would that bird.
Sweet, so would I. Yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Oh, sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace within thy breast. Would I were sleep and sweet rest. Hence will I to my ghostly friar's close self, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell.
The gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. Now ere the sun advances, burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and, oh, precious juiced flowers. Within the infant rind of this weak flower, poison hath residence and medicine power. For this, being smelt, with that part cheers each part. Being tasted, oh, stays all senses with the heart. To such opposed kings encamp them still, in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will.
Good morrow, Father.
Benedicte! What early tongue so sweet saluteth me, young son? It argues a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure thou art uproused with some distemperature. Or, if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
Ah, the last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
Oh, God pardon sin. Was thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father. No. I have forgot that name, and that name's woe. I have been feasting with mine enemy, where on a sudden one hath wounded me that's by me wounded. Both our remedies in thy help and holy physic lies.
Be plain, good son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
And then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vow, I will tell thee as we pass. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Oh, Jesu Maria! What a deal of brine hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosaline! How much salt water, thrown away in waste to season love, that of it doth not taste. Thou, these woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed. Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidest me off for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not loving, pupil mine.
I pray thee, chide me not.
No.
Her I love now, doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well I loved it. Read by rote, that could not spell. But, come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect, I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove, to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence! I stand unsaid in haste!
Oh, wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home last night?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
Why, that same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt's, the kinsman, told Capulet sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life!
Romeo will answer it.
Alas! Poor Romeo! He's already dead. Stabbed with a white wench's black eye run through the ear on a love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with a blind bow-boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what's Tybalt?
Oh, more than Prince of Cats. He's the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prick song. He keeps time, distance, proportion. He rests his minim rests. 1, 2, and the third in your bosom. Ah, gentlemen of the very first house of the first and second cause. Ah, the immortal Posada. The punto reverso. The head.
What?
Ah, God, pox on these ant-lisping phantasmies, these new tuners of accent. Oh, by Jesu, a very good blade. A very tall man. A very good whore. I mean, is it not a lamentable thing, grandsire, that we should be thus afflicted with these strange flies, these fashion mongers, these, pardon me's, who stand so much on the old new form that they cannot sit at ease on the old bench? Oh, their bones. Oh, their bones.
Here's Romeo.
Ah, Signor Romeo, bonjour. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
Good morrow to you both. What counterfeit did I give?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, Mercutio, but business as great as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much as to say that in business such as yours, a man may be constrained to bow in the hand.
Meaning courtesy.
Thou hast the most kindly in it.
Girl, most courteous exposition.
I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower.
Right.
Well then, is my pump well flowered?
Now art thou sociable! Now art thou Romeo!
Ow.
Now art thou what thou art by art as well as by nature. For this drizzling love is like a gray natural that runs lolling up and down to hide his ball in a hole.
Stop there, stop there.
Well, thou desirest me to stop in my tail against the hair.
Thou would else have made thy tail long.
Thou art deceived. I would have made it short, for indeed I had come to the end of my tail and meant to occupy my dark but no more.
Here's goodly gear. A sail. A sail.
Jew, a shirt and a smock.
Peter?
None.
My fan, Peter. Oh, yes. God you good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good e'en, fair gentlewoman.
Well, is it good e'en?
Tis e'en so. For but now the bawdy hand of the dial is upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you? What kind of man are you? Oh, gentlemen, can any among you tell me where I might find the young Romeo?
I can tell you, but young Romeo will be older now when you have found him than when you saw him. I am the youngest of that name.
Well, if you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
Romeo, will you to your father's? Will to supper thither?
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell.
I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman, nurse, that loves to hear himself talk.
And thou must stand by and
use you at his pleasure? If I had, my weapon should quickly have been out.
I warrant you, I dare draw as quickly as any other man if I see good occasion in a quarrel, and the law be on my side.
I am so vexed that every part of me quivers, scurvy knave! I pray you, sir, a word. As I said, my lady did bid me inquire you out. What she bid me say, I will keep to myself. But first, let me tell you that if you should lead her in a fool's paradise, as they say, that would be a very gross kind of behavior, as they say, for the gentlewoman is young.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and mistress.
Oh, good heart, and a faith I will. Oh, Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman. Oh.
Bid her devise some means to come to the friar's cell tonight. There she will be shrived and married.
Tonight, she shall be there. Oh.
Farewell. Be trusty, and I will quit thy pains. Farewell. Commend me to thy lady and mistress.
God bless you, sir. Farewell. Oh, hark you, sir.
What sayest thou, great nurse?
Oh, my lady is the sweetest mistress. Oh, when she was just a little prating thing. Oh. There is one nobleman in town, Paris, who would fain lay the knife aboard. But she, good soul, would liefer see a toad, a very toad, to see him. Oh, you know, I anger her sometimes when I tell her that I think Paris is the properer man. But I warrant you, when I say so, she turns as pale as any clout in the versal world. Oh, God bless you, sir. Farewell.
Commend me to thy lady.
Oh, 1,000 times. Farewell. Peter!
Anon!
Oh. Forward a pace!
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts that 10 times faster than the sun's beams glide, driving back shadows over lowering hills. Had she warm affections and youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandyhood my sweet love and his to me. But old folks, many famous though we're dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh God, she comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Send thy man away.
Peter, stay at the gate.
Oh Lord, why lookest thou sad? Oh, though news be sad, yet tell them merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it to me with so sour a face.
Oh, give me leave a while. Oh, fie. Oh, how these bones ache. Oh, what a jaunt have I.
I would thou hast my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee, speed, good nurse, speed.
Jesu, what haste! Can you not see that I am out of breath? Oh, how my head aches. Oh, what a head have I. Oh, it beats as if it would fall into 20 pieces. Oh, and my back. The other side. Oh, my back. Oh, my back.
In faith, I am sorry thou art not well. Come, tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like a courteous gentleman, and a kind, and a handsome, and I'll warrant a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
God's lady dear, henceforward get your own messages yourself.
We are such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you leave to go to Shrift today?
I have.
Then, hie you hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife.
Yes!
with sorrow, chide us not.
Do thou but close our hands with holy words, and love devouring death do what he dare. It is but enough that I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die, like fire and powder, which, as they kiss, consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore, love moderately. Long love doth so. Too swift arriveth tardy as too slow.
Good even to my ghostly confessor.
Our Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
And I him else is his thanks too much.
Ah, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heat like mine, and that thy skill be more to blazon it, then sweeten with your breath this neighbor air, and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either like this dear encounter.
Conceit, more rich in matter than in words, brags of a substance, not of ornament. They are but beggars that can count their worth, but my true love has grown to such excess. I cannot sum up half my love.
Come with me, and we will make short work, for by your leaves you shall not stay alone, till Holy Church incorporate two in one.
I pray you, good Mercutio, let us retire. The day is hot, it's late, the capitals are abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl.
Oh, come, thou art as hot a Jack in thy mood as any in Italy. Thou hast quarreled with a man for having 1 hair more or 1 hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou hast quarreled with a man for cracking nuts, having no other reason than but because thou hast hazel eyes. I mean, what eye, but such an eye would spy out such a quarrel? Thy head is as full of quarrels as an egg is full of meat, and yet thy head hath been beaten as idle as an egg for quarreling.
If I were so apt to quarrel as you are, then any man should have the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
The fee simple. Oh, simple.
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good e'en, a word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us. Couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
Oh, you shall find me apt enough to do that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo?
Consort. Soons, here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Soons, consort.
Either withdraw onto some private place or reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here, all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man. Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the love I have for thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none. Therefore farewell, I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore, turn and draw.
I do protest. I never injured thee, but loved thee more than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love. So good Capulet, whose name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Call dishonorable vile submission, Tybalt! You rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Oh, the prince of cats nothing, but one of your 9 lives.
Hey!
Oh, I am for you!
Hey! Mercutio! Put that rapier up!
Sir, your passado!
Gentlemen, prevent this outrage! Prince of this Western European bandit and on the streets! Hold Tybalt! Good Mercutio! Tybalt, away!
I'm hurt! Oh, like a full house of time spent. What, is he gone and have nothing?
What out there hurts?
I scratch! There, 'tis enough.
Courage, man! The hurt cannot be much!
No, 'tis not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough to serve. Ask her for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I am peppered, I warrant, for this world.
I thought all for the best!
Please
My very friend hath got a mortal wound on my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt, who hath an hour but been my cousin.
Romeo, brave Mercutio's dead. The gowned spirit has aspired the clouds were here too untimely to scorn the earth.
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This begins the woe that others must end.
And here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Tybalt, take back the villain that late thou gavest me. For Mercutio's soul is but a little ways above our head, and either thou or I, or both, must go with him.
Thou wretched boy, that didst consort him here, shalt with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Mercutio's breast. But by and by comes back to Romeo, who had but newly entertained revenge. And to it they go like lightning, and for ere I could draw to part them, was stout Tybalt slain. And as he fell, Romeo did turn and fly. And this is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
He is a kinsman to the Montague. Affection makes him false, he speaks not true. I beg for justice which our prince must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Well, Romeo slew him, and he slew Mercutio. Who now the price of his dear blood doth owe?
Not Romeo, Prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And to that offense, immediately do we exile him hence.
What?
I'll be deaf to pleading and excuses. Nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses, therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he is found, that ours is last. We'll bear hence this body and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring cloudy night immediately. Spread thy closed curtain, love performing night, that runaways' eyes may wink, and bid Romeo leap to these arms untalked of and unseen. The lovers concede to do their amorous rites by their own beauties, or if love be blind, it best agrees with night. Come, civil night, thou sober-suited matron all in black, and teach me how to lose a winning match played per a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Unhood my man, blood bathing in my cheeks till strange love grow bold. Come, gentle night, come Romeo, come day and night. Come, loving black-browed night, give me my Romeo, and I shall die. Take him and cut him out in little stars, and he shall make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love but not possessed it, and though I am sold, not yet enjoy. Here comes my nurse. Why dost thou wring thy hands?
We are undone, my lady. We are undone. Alas, the day he's gone. He's killed. He's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Heaven can, though Romeo cannot. Romeo. Romeo, who would have thought it? Romeo.
Hath Romeo slain himself? Say thou, but I, if he be slain, say I, if not, no.
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine own eyes. A piteous corpse, a bloody piteous corpse, all in gore, blood. Oh, I swooned at the sight. Oh, Tybalt, Tybalt, the best friend I had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that I should live to see thee dead. Oh.
Is Romeo slaughtered, and is Tybalt dead, my dearest cousin and my dear lord?
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that killed him, he is banished.
Oh God, did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. Alack the day, it did.
Beautiful tyrant hid with a flowering face, be angelical just opposite to what thou justly seemest.
Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue. For such a wish, he was not born to shame.
Wilt thou speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Should I speak ill of him that is my husband? Oh, poor my lord. What tongue shall soothe thy name, and I thy 3 hours wife have mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. Back, foolish tears, back to your native spring. My husband lives that Tybalt would have slain, and Tybalt's dead that would have slain my husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? There is no end, limit, measure, bound in that word's death. No words can that woe sound. Where are my father and mother, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corpse. Will you go to them? I will bring you thither.
Wash they his wounds with tears. Mine shall be spent when theirs are dry for Romeo's banishment.
Hark you. Your Romeo will be here tonight. I'll to him. He is hid in Lawrence's cell.
Oh, find him. Give this ring to my true knight and bid him come to take his last farewell.
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Ah, banishment. Say death, for exile hath more terror in his look.
Oh, here from Verona art thou banished. Oh, be patient. The world is broad and wide.
But there is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Therefore, banishing is banished from the world.
Oh, deadly sin, oh, rude unthankfulness. This is dear mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog, every little unworthy thing may look on her, may live here in heaven and look on her, but Romeo may not. They may seize the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand and steal immortal blessing from her lips, but Romeo may not. He is banished. Flies may do this, but I from this must fly. They are free men, but I am banished. Oh, friar, the damned use that word in hell. Howling and tented, how hast thou the heart? Being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend professed to mangle me with the word banishing.
Oh, thou fond madman, hear me a little speak.
Oh, well, thou wilt speak again of banishment?
Then I know that madmen have no ears.
How should they when that wise men have no eyes?
Oh, let me dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not speak of that thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet, thy love? But an hour married, and Tybalt murdered, doting like me, and like me banished, then mightest thou speak. Then mightest thou tear thy hair and fall to the ground as I do now, taking a measure of an unmade grave.
What simpleness is this? I come, do not so hard.
I come from Lady Juliet.
Oh, welcome then.
Oh, Holy Friar, oh, tell me, Holy Friar, where is my lady's lord?
Oh,
Where is
there on
where
the
is Romeo?
ground, where his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he is even with my
How is it with her? What says my lady? What says my concealed lady to her cancelled love?
Oh, she says nothing, but weeps, and then on Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and then falls down again.
As if that name, shot from the deadly level of a gun, had murdered her, as that name's cursed hands murdered her kinsman. Oh, friar, tell me. Tell me, friar, what vile part of this anatomy doth my name lodge, so that I may sack the hateful mansion?
Oh, thy desperate hand! Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself and slay thy lady that in thy life lives by doing the damned hate upon thyself? What, rouse thee, man! Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wast but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns into exile. There art thou happy. Go, get thee to thy love as was decreed. Hence and comfort her, ascend her chamber, but look, thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live until we can find a time to blaze thy marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back.
Hark you. I will tell my lady you will come.
Do so, and bid my sweet prepare to chide.
Hi, here is a ring she bid me give you. How you make haste, for it grows very late.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence. Good night. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. Give me thy hand. Oh, 'tis late. Farewell. Good night.
But that a joy past joys calls out on me, and were a grief so brief to part with thee.
Things have fallen out so unluckily that I've had not time to move our daughter. Look, she loved her cousin dearly, and so did I. Well, men were born to die. 'Tis very late, she'll not come down tonight.
These times of woe afford no time to woo. Madam, knight, please, commend me to your daughter.
I will. I'll know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she's mewed up to her heaviness.
Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed, and acquaint her of my son Paris's love. Bid her, mark you, on Wednesday next. What's soft? What day is this?
Monday.
Monday? Oh, well, Wednesday's too soon. Thursday. Thursday be it. Tell her she will be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? Do you like this haste?
My lord, I would that tomorrow were Thursday.
Well, get you going then. A Thursday be it. Farewell, my lord.
For me, it's so very late, we may call it early by and by. Good night.
Light, to my chamber, ho!
Wilt thou be gone? It's not yet here day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east. I must go and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight. I know it. It is some meteor that the sun exhaled to be to thee a torchbearer and might be on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet. Thou needest not be gone.
Let me be taken. Let me be put to death. I have more care to stay in than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is it, love? It is not day. Let's talk.
It is. Hie hence, be gone away. More light and light it grows.
More light and light. More dark and dark our woes.
Madam,
nurse,
your lady mother is coming to your chamber.
Farewell. One kiss and I will descend.
Lord, I, husband, friend, I must hear from thee every hour in the day, for in a minute there are many days. Oh God, I have an ill divining soul, methinks I see thee now, thou art so low as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. And my eyesight fails, and thou lookest pale.
Trust me, love, so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu. Adieu.
Oh, by this count I shall be much in years ere I again behold my Romeo.
Oh, daughter, you up?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death. What? Wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? If thou couldst not make him live, therefore have done. Some of grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows want of wit. Therefore have done. Well, girl, weepest not so much for your cousin's death, but that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain Romeo.
Villain, and may he be many miles asunder. God pardon him. I do with all my heart, and yet no man like he doth brave my heart.
Well, I've come to tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needy time. What are they, beseech your ladyship?
Well, thou hast a careful father, child, one who, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy, that thou expectst not, nor that I looked for. Marry, my child. Early next Thursday morn, the gallant young and noble gentleman, the County Paris, at St. Peter's Church shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church, and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. I will not marry yet, and when I do, it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
Well, here comes your father. Tell him so yourself, and see how he will take it at your hands.
Conduit, girl. Still in tears. Evermore showering. How now, wife? Did you deliver our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none. I would the fool marry to her grave.
Oh, take me with you. Take me with you, wife. How will she none? Does she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Does she not count herself blessed? Unworthy that she is, that we've brought so worthy a gentleman to be her bride?
Not proud you have, but thankful you have. Proud can I never be for that of which I hate, but thankful even for hate that is not love.
How? Chopped logic, what is this? Thank me, no thankings, nor proud me, no prouds. But fettle your fine joints against Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness carrion! Out, you baggage, you tallow face!
Fie, what are you mad?
So, father, I beseech you on my knees.
Pay me! Young baggage! I tell thee what. Get thee to church on Thursday, or never again look me in the face. Speak not! Reply not! Do not answer me! God, my fingers itch. Wife, we once thought ourselves blessed that God hath lent us this one only child. Now I see that this one is one too much, and that we have a curse in having her. Out on her, Hilding.
God be with her. You are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
And how, my lady wisdom? Hold your tongue.
May not one speak?
Peace, you mumbling fool. Utter your gravity or a gossip bowl. Here we need it not.
You are too hot.
God's bread, it makes me mad! Day, night, hour, in company, at work, at play. Still, my care hath been to have her matched. And now, having delivered a gentleman of noble parentage, to answer, I'll not love, I cannot wed. Graze where you will. You shall not house with me. And you be not. Hang, beg, starve, die in the streets. For by my soul I'll ne'er acknowledge thee, nor what is mine will never do thee good. Look to it. Bethink you, I'll not be forsworn.
Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week.
Talk not to me, or I will not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh, God. Oh, nurse, how shall this be prevented? What sayest thou, the word of comfort? Nurse.
Romeo is banished, and all the world to nothing that he's not here to challenge you. I think it best that you marry with the county. He's a lovely gentleman. True in my heart, I think you were happy in this second marriage. The first were dead, or were as good he were, living here, and you no use of him.
Speakest thou from thy heart?
And from my soul, too. Else beshrew them both.
Amen. What? Well, go in and tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father, to Friar Lawrence's cell to make confession and be absolved.
I will. And this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation! Thou in my bosom henceforth shall be twain. I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.
On Thursday, sir. Oh, the time is very short.
My father, Capulet, will have it slow, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind? Oh, uneven is the course. I like it not.
Moderately, she weeps for Tybalt's death, and I have little time to talk of love, for Venus smiles not in the house of tears. Now, sir, my father counts it dangerous that she give her sorrow so much sway, and in his wisdom hastens our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears. Ah, here comes the lady to my cell. Happily met, my lady and my love.
That may be, sir, when I may be wife.
That may be, must be. Thursday mass.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you make devotion to this Heavenly Father?
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Well, I'm sure you will tell him that you love him.
I will confess to you that I love him.
Will you now? I know that you love me.
If I do so, it will be of more prize being spoke behind your back than to your face. Are you at leisure now, Holy Father, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter, now. Oh, my lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God shield me, should I disturb devotion? Juliet! Next Thursday, will I rouse you? Until then, adieu. Keep this little kiss.
Oh, shut the door! And when thou hast done so, come weep with me. Past hope, past care, past help.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief.
Tell me not, your father, that thou hear of this, unless thou tell me I may prevent it. Give me some present counsel, or else, behold me, this bloody knife shall play the umpire, arbitrating that be not so long to speak, I long to die.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate an execution as thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself. Then is it likely that thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame, and if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris from off the battlement of any tower, and Bid me hide with the dead man in his shroud, and I shall do so without fear or doubt, to live as unstained wife to my sweet love.
Oh, then, go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry parents. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial, being then and dead. And this distilling liquor drink thou of, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse, no warmth, no breath shall testify that thou livest. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue for 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. And as the manner of our country is, thou shalt be born to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua.
Oh, give me, tell me not of fear.
Go, get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
Sirrah! Go, hire me 20 cunning cooks.
You shall have none ill, sir, for I'll try if they can lick their fingers.
How canst thou try them so?
Marry, sir, 'tis an ill cook that cannot lick his fingers. Therefore, he that cannot lick his fingers goes not with me.
Go, be gone. We shall be much unfurnished for this time. What? Is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
I forsooth.
It may well do some good on her. A peevish, self-willed harlotry it is.
See how she comes from shrift with merry look.
How now, my headstrong? Where have you been gadding?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition. To beg your pardon, I beseech you. Henceforth am I ever ruled by you.
Go to the county. Tell Paris of this. I'll have this knot knit up by morning.
Nurse, will you go with me into my closet to help me sort such needful ornaments as you see fit to furnish me with tomorrow?
No, time enough, and not till Thursday.
Go with her, nurse. We'll to church tomorrow.
We shall be short in our provisions.
I'll go with her. Help deck Juliet up. I'll not to bed tonight. Let me play the housewife this once. Well, they're all for it. Well, I will walk myself to County Paris to prepare him up against tomorrow. Oh, my heart is wondrous light since this same wayward girl is so reclaimed.
Aye, those attires are best. But gentle nurse, give me leave tonight, for I've been in need of many horizons to move the heavens to smile upon my state, which you well know is cross and full of sin.
Oh, daughter, need you my help.
Let the nurse stay up with you this night, for I'm sure you have your hands so full in this also sudden business.
Good night, then. Get decent rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell! God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint, cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse! What should she do here? My dismal scene, I needs must act alone. Come, vial. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? What if it is a poison the friar subtly hath ministered to have me dead? I fear it is, and yet methinks it should not, for he has still been tried a holy man. How if, when I am laid in the tomb, I come to wake before the time Romeo come to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and ere I strangled till my Romeo comes? Oh, if I wake, shall I not be distraught? And pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and with some great kinsman's bones, as with a club dash out my desperate brains? Oh, look! Methinks I see my cousin's ghost, seeking out Romeo that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt! Stay! Romeo. Romeo, Romeo, here's drink! I drink to thee.
Things for the cook, sir, but I know not what.
Sirrah, make haste, make haste. Go fetch drier logs. Call Peter, he will show you where they are.
I have a head, sir, that will find out logs, and never trouble Peter for the matter.
Good Lord. 'Tis day. The county will be here with musicians straight, for he said he would. Oh, I hear him near. Wife, nurse! What, nurse? Go, waken Juliet. Paris has come. I'll go talk to Paris. Trim her up. Make haste! Make haste! Her bridegroom has come already.
What lamb? What ladybird? Oh, fie, you slug a bed. Why, madam, love, my bride. What, dressed in your clothes and down again so soon? Well, I needs must wake you. Lady, lady, lady. Oh, where did that ere I was born? Alas, alas, help, help! My lady is
here. What is the matter?
Oh, lamentable day. Look, look. Oh, heavy day.
Oh, me. My daughter. My child, my only life. Revive! Look up, or I will die with thee!
Oh, for shame, bring Juliet forth, her lord is come.
Alack the day, she's dead!
Oh, let us look at her. Out, alas. Wait. She's cold. Her blood is settled and her joints are stiff. Death hath lain with her. Death lies upon her like the untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field. Death that takes her up to make me wail, ties up my tongue and will not let me speak.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go. But never to return. Oh, son. The night before your wedding, death hath laid with your wife. There she lies, sweetest flower in all the field, deflowered by him. Oh, death is my son-in-law. I will die and leave all to him. Life living, all is death's. Death is my heir. Have I thought long to see this morning face? God that give me such a sight as this. Wrong, spited, slain, oh, detestable death! Oh, cruelly going overthrown.
Peace, home. For
For shame! Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid, and now heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the maid. The most you sought was for her promotion, for 'twas your heaven she should be advanced. And weep you now, seeing she is advanced above the clouds, as high as heaven itself.
All that we have ordained festival turns now to black funeral. Our instruments to melancholy bells. Our wedding cheer to sad burial feast. And
Sir.
all things turn to the contrary.
Sir, you go in, and madam, go with him, and go, Sir Paris. Everyone prepare to follow this fair corpse unto her grave.
Musicians! Oh, musicians, musicians. Because my heart itself plays, my heart is full. Oh, play me some merry dump to comfort me.
Not a dump weed. 'Tis no time to play now.
You will not then? No. I'll give you it then soundly.
Well, what will you give us?
No money, on my faith, but the gleek. Do you note me?
And you ray us and fa us. You note us.
Pray you, put up your dagger and put out your wit.
Then have at you with my wit! I will drive it with your iron and put up the... Answer me like men. When griping griefs the heart doth wound, and doleful dumps the mind oppress, then music with her silver sound.
Why do you glance my way with a fragile smile? You make me feel helplessly lost in that short while. I'm falling fast down from high above. How long could it last? After all, it's only love.
Why do I picture us years down the line, holding hands, the two of us, frozen there in time? I'm falling fast down from high above. How long could it last? After all, it's only love. How long could it last? After all, it's only love.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand and breathe such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah, me. How sweet is love itself possessed when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. News from Verona! How now, Balthazar? How is it with my lady? How does my father? How does my Juliet? That I ask again, because nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels rests. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault and presently took post to tell it you.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars. Thou knowest my logic. Get me ink and paper and hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild and due of course for this adventure.
Thou art deceived. Leave me and do the thing I bid thee do. I will get thee straight tonight. Hast thou no letters from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter, get thee gone. Hire horses. I'll be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lay with thee tonight. Let's see for means. Oh, mischief. Thou art swift to enter into the thoughts of desperate men. I hear about it lives an apothecary where I said to myself, if a man didn't need a poison, here's the caitiff wretch who would sell it to him. This same thought did but forerun my need, and this same needy man must sell it me. As I do remember, this is his house. Being holiday, the beggar's shop is closed. What ho, apothecary? Who calls so loud? Here's 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, such soon speeding gear that will disperse itself through the veins, and that the life-weary taker may fall dead and be discharged of breath.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world can afford no law to make thee rich. Therefore, be not poor, but break it and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off. And if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
There's thy gold. More poison to men's souls, doing more death in this loathsome world than these poor compounds thou mayest not sell me. I sell thee poison. Thou hast sold me none. Farewell. Buy food, get thyself in flesh.
Holy Franciscan Friar, brother, ho!
Oh, the same should be the voice of Friar John. Oh, welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo?
Going to find a barefoot brother Alce, one of our order to associate me here in the city, visiting the sick, and finding him, the search of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bear my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again. Nor get a messenger to bring it thee, so fearful were they of infection.
Oh, unhappy fortune. Oh, by my brotherhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge, of dear import, and the neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, go hence, get me an iron crow and bring it straight unto my cell.
Brother, I'll go and bring it thee.
Now must I to the monument alone. Within this 3 hours will fair Juliet awake. Poor living corpse closed in a dead man's tomb.
Sweet flower, night, and so nightly shrew. Oh, woe, thy canopy is dust and stone. With sweet water nightly I shall do. Or if thou want it, tears in the still but bone. For thee, these obsequies I will keep. And nightly by your bed I shall weep. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight to cross my obsequies in true love's right? Hold. Take this letter. Early in the morning see thou deliver it to my lord and father, and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descend into this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to acquire a ring that I must use in dear employment. Therefore, hence be gone.
I will be gone, sir, and trouble you no more.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Live and be prosperous. Farewell, good fellow.
For all the same, I'll hide me hereabout. His looks I fear, and his intents I doubt.
Thou detestable maw, thou womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsel of the earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open, and in despite will cram thee yet with more food.
Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Doth thou pursue vengeance even further than death? I apprehend thee for a villain here. Come and go, for thou must die.
Good gentle youth, I bid thee, leave us. Fly from here and leave us. Think upon these as gone. Tempt not a desperate man, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. Oh, be gone!
I do defy thy combination, and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Have at thee, boy.
Oh, Lord, they fight. I'll go call the watch.
I am slain. Now, my merciful soul, open to me, Juliet.
In faith I will. Let me peruse thy face. Oh, Mercutio's kinsman, noble County Paris. What said my man when my betossed soul did not attend him as we rode? Said he Paris should marry Juliet. Said he not so? Or did I dream it so, or am I mad, hearing him speak of Juliet? How oft, when men are at the point of death, have they been married, which their keepers call a lightning before death? Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath, hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorrent monster keeps thee here in the dark as his paramour? For fear of that, I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart. Here will I set up my rest with chambermaids. Here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, you the doors of breath seal with a righteous kiss. A dateless bargain to engrossing death. Here's to my love!
carry thy groans and quit. Thus, with a kiss, I die.
St. Francis be my speed. How oft tonight have my old feet stumbled at graves. Oh, who's there?
Oh, one who knows you well.
Oh, bliss be upon you. Tell me, good my friend, what torch is yon that vainly lends its light to grubs and eyeless skulls? As I discern it, it burneth in the capel's monument.
It doth so, holy sir, and there is my master, one whom you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long have you been there?
Full half an hour.
Stay then. I'll go alone. Fear comes upon me, oh, much I fear some ill, unthrifty thing. Oh. Oh. Oh, Romeo. Who else? Oh, what? Paris too, and steeped in blood. Oh, what an unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
Gentle friar, where is my lord? I know well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise. Lady, come from this nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come, come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead. Come, go with me, Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go! Get thee hence!
Oh.
I will not away. What's this? A club closed to venture love's hand. Oh, church uncle, I left no happy job to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison doth hang on them to help me die with the restored. Thy lips are warm.
Lead, boy. Which way?
Yea, noise. And I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger. This is thy sheep. Ah! And let me die.
The ground is bloody. Search around the churchyard. Go, some of you. Where you find attached. Run. Tell the prince. Raise up the Capulets. Run to the Montagues. Some others search! We see the ground whereon these woes do lie, but the true ground of all these piteous woes we cannot without circumstance descry.
Here is Romeo's man. We found them by the churchyard.
Hold him in safety till the prince come hither. Should it be that it so shrieks about abroad?
Here is a friar that trembles, sighs, and weeps.
A great suspicion, say the friar here.
What misadventure so early at the close our person from our morning rests?
Oh, some people in the streets cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some Paris, but all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the county Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, Workman new killed.
Oh. Search, seek, and know how the spellbinner comes.
Here's a friar
and slaughtered Romeo's men with instruments upon them fit to open these dead men's tombs.
Oh, wife, look how our daughter bleeds.
Oh, this sight of death is as a bell that warms my old age to a sepulchre.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir, now early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of my son's exile hath stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Well, look, and thou shalt see.
Oh. Thou untaught! What manner is in this to press before thy father to a grave?
Seal this mouth of outrage for a while till we can clear these ambiguities and others spring their head their true descent.
Romeo, their dead, was husband to that Juliet. And she, their dead, was Romeo's faithful wife. I married them. And their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from the city. You, to remove that siege of grief from them, betrothed, I would have married her perforce to County Paris. Then comes she to me, and with wild looks bid me devise a mean to rid her of this second marriage, or there in myself would she kill herself. So gave I her, as tutored by my art, a sleeping potion, which so worked as I intended this form of death. On her awakening, there untimely lay the noble Paris, and true Romeo dead. She wakes, and I entreated her come forth and did this work of heaven with patience. But she, too desperate, would not go with me.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's man? What can he say to this?
This letter he early bid me give his father.
This letter doth make good the friar's word, their course of love, tidings of her death. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love. And I, for winking at your discourses too, have lost the brace of kinsmen. All are punished!
Brother Montague. Give me that hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more. I will ray her statue in pure gold, that while Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich as Romeo's by his lady's life, poor sacrifices of our enmity.
Glooming peace this morning which it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.